Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Well, welcome back to the Nikhil Hogan Show. I'm so happy to be back, and I've got such a wonderful guest and really an amazing improviser and just a great person, Mr. Szymon Jakubowski. Maestro, welcome to the Nikhil Hogan Show.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Nikhil, for invitation. Thank you that I can be here.
Well, I mean, I have to say, I mean, you are really a great musician, and I've always admired you. I actually interviewed you for a written interview on the Songbird Music Academy website, the blog, and I mean, I felt like it didn't really show. I mean, obviously, just to hear you play would be great, but now I actually have you on the show, and you can actually play, and people can really see how good you are, and you are really, really good. So I'm really excited and for people who want to see the blog post, here's the blog post here. Okay, it's a really it's a nice article.
Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, thank you.
Before we start playing, or before we getting into the topic of improvisation and the things that we like to talk about, I would love to really know more about you. There's a little bit of biographical snippet on your website, just a little bit. Like, for instance, it gives a little brief story about your life. Like you went to conservatory and then you picked up improvisation. But I don't want to give the story away. Why don't we start from the beginning? When did you start playing the piano? Really, and how old were you?
Yeah, so I started, I think, with 8 to play piano, and on my webpage, the story begins in Germany with my studies on the Hans Eisler School of Music. But before, I lived in Poland because I'm Polish, and a small child, I tried to first to play a little bit guitar. So my father showed me 3 chords.
What is it
I
with?
was in the
There's a lot of
yeah.
secret guitarists who end up being great piano players.
And I can good remember it was D major, G major, and A major. So 3 chords, and I could play some kindergarten songs. So it was very nice. But yeah, I felt, but my parents felt too, that I'm singing very well. So the music was, I would say, inside.
Yeah.
And after it, our neighbors, they have some small keyboards, and I and my sister, because my sister is older as I, and then we tried to play a little bit on this keyboard.
Wait, how old were you?
I was like 8. So
8
it
years
was
old.
pretty late, yeah. So it's not like a prodigy child. Yeah, but some years after, my teacher said me, okay, it was last train for you to catch in, because he said it was really, to be professional pianist, you have to start very, very soon, very early. So this 8 was too late for him, but okay. I started to play piano, and it went well. So I go to the school, music school, and yes, after some years, I wanted to be a musician, because so it makes some fun for me. But I was only classical pianist, so I played only classical stuff, and yeah, it was crazy because
can I ask?
My mom.
Oh, yeah? Sorry. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You had something.
Yeah, because I've heard also you have to play everything from score and what your teacher said to you. Yeah, you have to do what your teacher said. And very early, I felt okay, but I want to play something different, my stuff, and so on. And it was forbidden at the beginning, So it's kind of why I'm improvising now. It's a little bit like the forbidden, how to say, for something forbidden from childhood. And now I'm doing this.
Did you ever improvise as a child on the piano?
Yes, a little bit, but it was like everything self-made. So I tried to find some chords. The best example, there's also some short video for it. I wanted to play in a church. We played also in the church on the small keyboard with my sister. It was a very small village. And then we have to play Mendelssohn Wedding March. But we haven't any score. So I make it's like this. I have to find the chords by myself, and there was no teacher there, and the problem was here. Okay, it's F sharp. What should I play here on the floor? And then I took D major, but it doesn't work. So okay, now I know this is it's something another. But as a child, I was trying to find the best solution.
You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a very good school. It's a very good way to start to improvise, to find what is right. What
did you have
right.
Did your teacher give you theory lessons or any kind of musical theory?
No, first not, but after some 3 or 4 years, I went to school, and there we have separately like piano lessons, then harmony lesson, then also choir and so on. So it was a little bit later, yes.
And sorry, are you Polish or German or what? What's this?
Oh, I'm both.
Okay.
I lived 20 years in Poland and now 20 years in Germany. So yeah. So
you're really a modern day Chopin, actually.
Yes, a little bit. Yeah.
No, did you so piano? Did you play organ growing up, or no? That was later.
It was the same time, because in our village, this very small village where I lived, we have church but without organ, and we took this small keyboard and we played some how to say songs and to services for people there, and it was funny because there was still every time the same, like we have repertoire of 10-20 songs, and we played it every week. So it was also a very good way to play the piano or the organ accompaniment to how to say to repeat still the same, and then you have this routine, and so it was really good. So organ, I could say yes, but it was not organ, it was a keyboard. My first organ, real organ, was here in Berlin. I started for 10 years or 12 years, so it was very, very late.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. Okay, so we actually cut through the whole part where you went to conservatory, right? So you wanted to be a concert pianist, right? That was the initial plan, right? So you enrolled into the... Was your teacher happy, by the way, that you enrolled in the conservatory?
Yes, he was very happy. He said also some sentences like, "It's a miracle," but it was well meant. So I think he was very proud also. And it was really hard because I came from a small town, also Polish town, or small, not so big like Berlin. And here I met people from the whole world, like from Russia, from Israel, from Asia, from Japan and China. So suddenly the level was like much more higher, and I have to really practice hard and a lot.
How many I have to ask you, how many hours did you practice a day as a child and also in conservatory?
I think as a child it was like at the beginning 1 hour, then 2 hours to 3 hours, and as a student here in Berlin 4 to 6 hours a day.
Okay.
So
and
it was like this.
Now can I just ask you, in Berlin, to be a concert pianist, do you have to take any theory, or is it just playing and sight reading? And what was the curriculum like?
No, we have everything on the school. This is Hans Eisler School of Music, so University of Music, and we have harmony, counterpoint, so everything what we need. But this was everything. How to say, music theory is based on function theory. So
right.
So the problem. And if I'm coming back to this time, it was very nice lessons. That there was very, really, my teacher were perfect, but it doesn't help me to how to say to get better in the improvisation, because you can't use it for improvisation, this schema. Okay, I analyzed what's in the score, but it doesn't help. And
It's a very common
yeah,
observation, actually.
yeah, and the
It's
focus was on the technique and musicality. Like you are practicing a lot to perfect to make perfect your expression, to make perfect your technique, and this is the normal way, the old way from the 19th century, so from Liszt and so on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I want to, before we go into improvisation, which is probably the main topic, I do want to ask actually what sort of now, since why don't you just give some general advice, because I'm always asking great people this. So two things. Do you have perfect pitch? That's the first thing I want to ask you.
It's a difficult question for me because sometimes yes, so sometimes I know if I have right, how to say, right color of the tone sound, for example piano sound, I can do it, but with some another how to say tunings it is very difficult. So mostly I feel or I hear harmonic, so like the connections between chords and harmonies.
Okay.
So it is much more this way, like absolute. So I can't hear it is like 442 hertz or for no, it's not my thing.
Yeah. Okay, the second question I want to ask is how do you have any advice to get better at sight reading? Because you were initially a concert pianist, right? Do you have any advice for sight reading?
Yes, I was very bad. I'm very bad in sight reading still. So I prefer playing without scores. And sight reading, the best method I used for myself, it was playing Generalbass, so third bass, because the music was much simpler for me. And I played a lot of stuff like Telemann sonatas with some flute and so on. So it was still the same. So I could read and feel very well without this how to say pressure inside of me. Oh my god, I have to go faster and faster, and I don't. So very how to say very simple literature, based on very simple harmonies, and I could really start with it pretty fast. And also organ literature, very how to say it is very simple, and then after some I don't know months, I started with more and more. So I would start really with some pieces where harmony is from 18th century, and also
You said Telemann. Is it Telemann was a good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for me it was good because it was like newspaper reading. You know, you say, oh, it's no problem. So this feeling, there's no problem. Makes you calm, so it's very important to.
Is that the 48 arias that he has? I think he has like a treatise or something where he gives you the right hand and then he plays. I think Professor Derek Remish has a PDF where it's like, I don't know the name. I don't speak German.
You mean maybe this the Generalbass Schule, like songs with Generalbass.
Yes? I think so. Let me pull it up. But exactly.
I think he wrote something like this. Yeah, this is also possible. Yeah. So
but you were thinking of something else. You were thinking of
I was thinking about Telemann flute sonatas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
is it given to you? Is the right hand give it to you? So you just have to read it?
It was. It wasn't. It was everything written. So it was before I I learned Generalbass. So it was someone wrote everything like piano part, like Klavierauszug, and I played it like okay. So cadences every time cadences and rule of the octave. So it was very easy. But then I started to read the signs of Generalbass, Turbass, and it was something different.
Did that help you later when you learned Generalbass, or because did it give you a good, like at least a good start?
Yes, because you can, how to say, you try a little bit of this language, and you know, for example, Telemann or Pachelbel, this is another level like Bach. You know, if I play in Bach, for example, Bach Gemelli or so, this is also some arias, but it's a little bit more complicated. You know, and so for me it was really good start and helped me, how to say, to catch that the music can be much easier, as I know, because you know I was a child. I started with these small preludes of Bach, and then inventions and sinfonias. So very very fast, very difficult stuff, and I fall. So it was a little bit too fast for me. So I make some step back to say, hey, the music is not so how to say, not too complicated.
Yeah.
And those composers like, okay, I know, maybe I would say Handel, Bach, Telemann, Pachelbel. I think it is not worse, but it is a
simpler,
little bit
not as
simpler. Yeah, simpler to play and to feel better.
Yeah.
Like a musician, to okay, I read this music. No?
So the flute sonatas, okay, I'm going to remember that. Okay, now I want to ask you about Generalbass, how you learned it a little bit later, but I just have one more small question, and the question is technique on the piano. So do you have any particular method, like I don't know, Czerny, Hummel? I mean, do you have any like kind of method? What's the sixth Stamati, Kalkbrenner? Do you have any school that you like to use or anything? Finger coordination,
now when I'm teacher, I see those things a little bit different. As for some years, I was student because I had to play Czerny etudes and so, and it wasn't fun for me. It was like very boring things. For many people, this is very boring. But now, with a little bit improvisation, you can make from it really fun stuff. So like you are playing, for example, scales. So you can write your piece from some scales, and it's not like this or 4 octaves. It's very boring, but you have to try to make a music from every exercise you are going to do. Yeah, so I see there is a problem to not to see exercises, technical exercises, like something boring, and okay, I have to play it very fast and very, how to say, precise. No?
Right.
But I try to make music from it. Yeah, and now I'm also studying this Czerny fantasy school, like to improvise.
Oh, right,
he
right,
wrote
right.
this
Yeah.
opus 200 and 300 and about preluding, and yes, it's very similar stuff. Okay, like, it's more complicated, but there are so many these scales and arpeggios and so on. You can do it in this way, you know.
Right.
So it depends on which level you are now, because if someone is really on the beginning, then I would recommend a lot of repertoire, to play really a lot of repertoire, because the technique, like this virtuoso technique, it's not so important at the beginning. But if you are 16 or 15, 16, 17, then some people maybe in this age, this age for me, need for speed. You need to play fast. This is normal. I was also in this phase. So
wait, hold on a second. So we talked about literature, right? So for young students or beginning students, what do you recommend for literature? What's your favorite to teach?
So I recommend very simple etudes like Burgmüller and so weiter and so on. So there's a standard. So this piano school Köhler. So everything is like from last 100 years.
Yeah.
But if you want to play, for example, scales or arpeggios, like so you can play it not only this way, but also start to make a music from it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm beginner, and I will show you maybe some improvisation about arpeggio.
Please.
For example, it was nice harmony, and my hand do it what it should to do. So and I don't need also a whole page. I can make it in 8 bars or 4 bars, but try to make a music, try to feel it, you know.
Right.
Not like okay, I understand it too, because you have to have strong fingers. So a lot of teachers said, well, you have to how to say, move your finger up and very strong down to make this feeling. This is good, but also if you want to practice this, then you can make it like this. And it's like small preludes
Yeah.
to find. So this way I would go. So very personally, and not say play 2 pages for the next week, because it's not.
All right, I'm gonna jump around because I have a lot of questions. So,
Okay.
being raised in Poland for 20 years, and
Mhm.
does everybody just play Chopin there? I mean, like, what's the what's the deal? So, is the curriculum? I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm just joking, but like,
Yeah.
is there a sensibility like, okay, Chopin is such a famous export, right? I mean,
Yeah.
does that sensibility creep into like the education, and probably I need to ask you too, like the kind of treatises in Poland in Chopin's time, do you guys still use those, like what Chopin would have learned, or did everything change to German harmony? Did
Okay.
yeah.
No, but I think so. First, okay, in Poland, Chopin is number one, absolutely number one.
Yeah.
If you are going to be a pianist, you have to play a lot of Chopin. And I think every Polish student dream about Chopin competition in Warsaw
Yeah.
to win the competition. It was also my dream, but. I think you ask about differences. We don't have some treatises from this time from Chopin, like how was Chopin learned
Yeah.
this stuff. But I would say in Poland was in the whole Eastern Bloc, I would say. So like Eastern Germany before the Berlin Wall fall. So in communism's time. So Germany, Eastern Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Russia.
Right.
Or so all these countries have, like to say, father of the school was Heinrich Neuhaus, so father of the Russian school, Russian piano
Okay.
school, and I was also teaching in this way. So everyone was teaching this way. So like how to say, very very strong technical. How to say. The point was on this technical level, and also very, how to say, cantables Spiel. So
Right.
very cantabile, how to play cantabile. And Chopin is perfect because he said himself that the most beautiful instrument is human voice, and you should play like you sing, you know. So everyone tried to play most beautiful melody
Yeah.
you can reach, and this is main focus, you know. So
Yeah.
play technique, so to play very very well, and also very cantabile, very very nice sound, to produce very
Okay.
nice sound in soprano, in cantabile part.
I see
So I think
I see Neuhaus. Sorry to interrupt,
Mhm.
Szymon. I just wanted to
Yeah.
just jump in. Heinrich Neuhaus. This is the man you mentioned, right? Now he
Yeah.
was 1888, so he was clearly after Chopin was died and
It
everything.
was after
Was
Chopin.
he
Yeah.
was he like part of the lineage though? Did he have a teacher who was connected to Chopin or anything?
No, I don't think it
Okay,
is.
it's more
It was
Russian
something
style.
different. It's more Russian style, but it is also not only Russians. It's like people were after Chopin, like also Liszt, more Liszt students. So because
Okay.
Franz Liszt has a very big circle of pupils, and I think it was how to establish this way of playing on very high level, on
Yeah.
very professional level, to make really. And it was also start how to say, time where competition starts.
Yeah.
You know, and it was okay in 20th century, but another kind of making music. It was also if you are speaking about improvisation, no room, no place for improvisation.
Yeah. And growing
So
up
it
in
was.
Poland, you said classical. Your teacher
Mhm.
said don't improvise.
Yeah,
That's just what happened, is
yeah,
it? And that's
yeah,
just
yeah,
that was the culture. So it was not at all something that anybody who is classical did in when you grew up in Poland
yeah.
for in this.
Yeah, it was really like you have to be perfect craftsman, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like making everything fine, to play every note that are staying for do you have here. And after it, I came to Germany. It was also the same because it
was
was
the
the same world, you know. So if I studied piano here in Berlin, it was also like the very high level, and you have to really practice everything from Bach till 20th century. So like
have a gigantic repertoire, right? You must have
you have
Beethoven,
really
Bach,
everything.
Mozart, Scarlatti. Just go crazy.
So the whole
Chopin.
menu, I call it the whole menu. You know, from
maybe that's why you have to start at 4 years old, because you don't have enough years to play everything before you get to conservatory.
And I think this is the main problem why we do music now another way, like people for some 300 years. They have only 18th century people have only music from this time. Okay, maybe some Baroque, because Mozart was also inspired by Bach and so on. But now we have really a lot of years, and now we have to decide where is our focus. So there are a lot of people are specializing a little bit. Okay, now once someone said I will play only Chopin, someone said okay, my focus is Bach, and so on. So
okay, so I want to turn the focus back to you now. Your story is very interesting. So you graduate, is that right? So you graduate from the so what
in
happened?
Poland?
No, in Germany, right? You're in conservatory. You're on the way to be a concert pianist, but then you said there was some sort of you felt a little bit disillusioned, or you felt you weren't improving. What was the? Can you get me into that situation? What you were feeling at the time?
Yeah, it was really like continuing from the age of I think 9 or 10. Like I was really hard working on the repertoire to being better and better. And after my diploma exam, it was like I can't compare it with Burnout. You know, I said I will not play piano because it's so exhausting. It's so difficult for me because I wanted to. Okay, it was also perfection in me to say I want to play really perfect or very good, and it was very difficult to achieve this level. And after many years of trying, I said, okay, and also the problem was I felt very, how to say, a lot of, I was very anxious on the stage. You know, every concert was really very hard experience for me. Because if you are playing piano concerts, piano recitals, you have to play everything also from memory. So there was still this feeling, if I forget something, what happened, and so on. So it was really like a burnout feeling. So I said, I will do nothing.
I can imagine, right? So you're in a conservatory. Everyone is practicing 6 hours a day. Everyone is on edge. And if you do a recital, if you make a mistake, that's a huge deal, right? You're not supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to also play quite quickly, quite fast. And so you have to be like Horowitz on steroids just all the time. It's just you have to be very good. By the way, who was your idol like growing up as a concert pianist? Who did you admire?
My idol was Christian Zimmermann.
Okay.
This was my obsession because I found his music very, very perfect, but very musically. So he interpreted Chopin very well, and I wanted to play like he, but it wasn't possible. And it was my idol. So and he last recording also from Schubert sonatas. It's still for me like electrizing. Wow, this is something.
Did you ever get to meet him or any famous concert pianist growing up?
I had some master classes, but not with him. And I have also some teachers. They inspired me very, very, very in very good way. And also in Berlin, in Hans Eiser School of Music, it was really like my first piano professor, Anne Rosa Schmidt. She gave me a lot of possibilities to find out how sensitive can I play. You know, it was very important to make my left hair, for example, very soft. It was at the beginning very hard, but she told me, she showed me some things. It was very inspiring. And then with Galina Ivancova, also very good way to express how to say to work on my expression.
Okay.
So no, but Christian Zimmer, I didn't met him.
Okay, but
I heard his concert. I heard his concert in Berlin. It was the first Brahms piano concerto with Simon Rattle and Berliner Philharmoniker. it was amazing. I was sitting there and it was from the beginning to the end, like I couldn't, how to say, breathe, because
Yeah.
it was like in one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So okay, now we how did you get out of that feeling of unhappiness then? So what was the answer, and what happened?
Answer was a colleague of me or a friend of mine. He said, Szymon, do you want to play organ? Because he was playing organ and he needed someone to play for him because he couldn't for one Sunday. And I said, okay, I can try. And then I go to the chat, and there was 3 manual organ. And I said, wow, this is quite different instrument. A lot of stops here. And what should I push it here? And so I was very curious about it. And then he said, maybe you can try to make some small church music studies. It is seminar in Germany, so like the lowest level of church music school,
Yeah.
And then I make it, and it was very good, and then more and more, so I started really intensive to play organ.
Now, were you playing repertoire, or were you applying Generalbass at that time?
Not only repertoire, but also if you are going to be an organist, you have to play songs, so chorals, so you have to play accompaniment, so harmonize chorals. So I was also working on it. And one time I've heard a concert, organ improvisation concert here in Berlin. It was concert of Wolfgang Seifen, Professor Wolfgang Seifen. I didn't know him in this moment, and after the concert, in the concert, was this feeling: my God, this is no repertoire. This is everything improvised. He improvised in every style, like Baroque, Romantic, and Modern. And I was so amazed and so fascinated. How does it work? It is possible that one man is creating music live, so improvising live music, and it sounds like Bach, it sounds like Reger or like Mendelssohn. So it was for me so fascinating, and it was new for me because I didn't know that there is something like concert improvisation, that you can improvise in the concert. This is Wolfgang Seifen.
Right.
It is really I think the most for me genius and most important improviser. And so after this I applied for studies here at the University of Arts for organ and organ improvisation, because there's two different things. So I played repertoire, and I started to study by Wolfgang Seifen.
So you actually formally studied the organ then?
Formally, I started to play organ. It was after 3 years of playing organ, this Salesbilden, or 2 years, I started normally, because if you are a pianist, so you have a lot of things already in. So you have technique, but the organ is much different instrument as a piano. And I think César Franck said, "Mon orgue, c'est mon orchestre," or something like this. So like, my organ is meine orchestra, is my orchestra. And it's really like this. If you play a symphonic organ, like very, very nice big instrument. He was in Saint Clotilde in Paris, the organist. If you are playing this instrument, you can imagine you are playing music with orchestra. So you are thinking like, okay, there are strings, there are woodwinds, there are some solo of cello and so on. So it's much easier to improvise, to start improvisation also with organ, because it extends your imagination, So the imagination was really like, wow, I can do it with this sound. And so I was hearing a lot of also orchestral music, and it helped me to find another perspective for improvisation. Not like piano, because we have piano, you can play arpeggios and so on. There's something different in the in the structure.
Can you describe the organ improvisation studies? So who was your teacher, and what were you working on?
So my teacher was Wolfgang Seifen.
Oh, okay. You liked him so much, he ended up being your teacher.
Because he was in Berlin, he was professor here, and I heard his concert, and so it was really the first idea. Wow, it will be a dream to study with him, to that he showed me what he's doing and how does it work. yes, and we started, and the beginning was really very hard because this way is the beginning of, I think, one first year is only counterpoint, or mostly counterpoint,
Okay.
So you are starting with bicinium or with duo, so two part studies or two part exercises, and you have one line of cantus firmus, so like choral melody, and you have to play with another hand or with pedal counterpoint.
Right.
So this is a little bit hard for me because this way I didn't know, and it was this moment. I said it already. He said to me, if you are thinking in functional theory, like I have to play now doppeldominant and now tonica and subdominant, and it was crazy, and he said, "Don't do this because it
he
will not help you."
He said, don't do the functional theory.
Don't use us, because I started to catch everything with these functions, and it took too much time, And he said, "No, you don't need it." And then he started.
So so he doesn't use that. So what does he use?
No.
What system does he use?
And the system is he's playing from bass, So like, but he didn't mention the word Partimento or something like this. But Generalbass, okay, it was mentioned. So I saw, okay, his left feet, because if you play organ, you play also with feet. His left foot is working like this. Zack, 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 zack.
Yeah.
Chromatically descending and chromatically ascending.
Yeah.
And there was the first idea. Okay, so chords in the right hand, like, and so on. Okay, it was an example, but that I thought, okay, I have to find bigger structures. What he's doing, So the easiest way is to find, okay, where is the cadenza? Where make his cadenza? Right. So it's like cadence, cadence, like a point. And then, okay, he was a sentence between these two cadences. And then you analyzing what's this inside. And then after I, okay, this was much later, but came Partimento with the structure and so on. And I say, my God, this is everything the same like for 300 years or something like this.
Okay, wait. So this is, okay, so when did you discover, and okay, your organ improvisation, did you end up doing fugues and all that sort of thing? I'm sure they probably have to do complicated stuff.
So the first year it was like playing partita in Baroque style, so duo, so two parts, three parts with cantus firmus in pedal, so in alt, cantus firmus and left and right hand is playing counterpoint, then bass, cantus firmus in the bass, so how to say, cantus firmus in every voice, what also in Neapolitan school also was doing, and then we started also with another styles, like romantic style, fantasy in romantic style, and cantabile spiel, and also fugen. It was also like fugue. I think the second year, I started with fugues. Yes.
What kind of curriculum, like written curriculum, or was it just hands-on? Did they actually use like a treatise or anything, or any kind of written coursework? Was there any kind of models to follow?
No. He said now also he doesn't like any books for improvisation, and it is true because books can help you a little bit. But mostly it's everything about hearing. I've heard a lot of his recording, another recording for another improviser. So like jazz people a little bit, you have to hear and try to focus what is going on in this.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, now when. Sorry. Did you want
to
add
but
to that?
I wanted to say, so like curriculum, it was we made in the student, because studies like 4 years, and I made also 2 years extra like concert exam. So after diploma studies, so this master's studies, and it's just like Baroque, Romantic, modern, like impressionistic and modern 20th century style, and it was symphony, so like organ symphony, 4 parts. So it was. This is the main part.
Brilliant. Okay, so now when did you? Okay, by the way, can you give me the year that you graduated with the organ improvisation, and when did you discover Partimento, music schema, and
Yeah.
that stuff?
So I graduated 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, 2014, I think. And yeah, so it was I was looking for some stuff, how to teach and how to reach improvisation, my improvisation. And there was one year there was a symposium in Basel in Switzerland, in
Oh,
Schola Cantorum, and they
the
presented
famous
this.
Schola Cantorum.
Yeah, famous. And they presented this book, the blue one, a compendium improvisation.
Okay.
And this was, I think, 2 days or 3 days, like symposium meeting of, and I was. There was a lot of concerts there, like professors and students, and presentation of this book. And it's, for me, it was like a really game changer, because
Okay.
at this moment I thought, okay, this is really like something what can so help to understand and to have really clear view of what I'm going to do
Yeah.
with my improvisation.
Right.
And naturally, it was about 18th century improvisation for me, because it is the main topic of this book.
Right.
And for me, the word Partimento was since then like a plan for improvisation.
Yes.
Also for my students and students. So if you if you want to improvise and ask yourself, yes, I start, but I don't know what to do next. You know, this is very often people. I play it at the beginning, and what next?
Yeah.
And it is perfect way to give this answer. You can do this. They have many possibilities, but these possibilities are written. So I think this is really a beautiful way to expand this thinking in some form, to to understand what's between the points, what's between the cadences.
The form is interesting, because when we take schema theory, then you have the different schemata, and they can put them like together like Lego blocks. In the so how did you learn to put things together? Was it that book? That book was really gave you good examples of things in the different styles?
That book was a little bit different, because for me, because I could improvise in Baroque style. So I studied Baroque style by Wolfgang Seifen. I could play something, but after reading this book, or hearing some other people, I said, okay, but their sentences are more historical. They are really like playing, how to say, cleaner Baroque. You know, this not cleaner, but
I know what you mean. Yeah, it seems a bit more. It has the subtle, all the accurate historical information.
Exactly. So I start to improve also my playing, and to make it a little bit more interesting. And then after it, I've analyzed a lot of works, and I said, my God, in the repertoire, there's a lot of those stuff like in Partimento. So it was game changer for me to understand the repertoire, so like written pieces of Bach and so on. Before it was like,
and you didn't use Roman numerals. You didn't use any function theory. But you know it, right?
I know it from the past, but I didn't use it, because it has no sense for me now. So everything, really, any sense is like to see bass line. What's going in bass? I'm speaking not really in about 18th century, but bass line and structures like models and schemats. So if I see it, I can also play a Baroque piece. I will give the example. For example,
please.
This,
let's hear something.
Great E flat major prelude of Bach.
Okay.
And then so it was like opening 1 2 7 1, and then. The whole structure was like 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. And it is the same like here. 7. It's the same way, like, and so after opening at the beginning, you have to have this as attention to sixth, 5 to 6, and then 7, 6, 7, 6. So for me, it was also like in Jane Chamber because I found it in almost every piece. So oh my God, this is so similar. This everything the same. No?
Yeah. Now,
and then
go ahead. No, go ahead.
And then I would also, because I have prepared some stuff to show how it works now for me, because for example, if I have the fifth down, fourth up, and I find a lot of pieces, a lot of literature where this comes, but also like in pop music. Sometimes I found also the same structure in a pop piece and in the classical piece. So now I think this splitting music for here's modern music or pop music or rock, here's the classical music, it doesn't have any sense for me because the structure is the same. It's 300 years old.
Okay, so now I have a question. So I totally I'm on the same page, man. I totally am the same page. But I have a question about inversions. Now, obviously, like we have positions, right, on the piano. We have the first position, second position. That's some kind of like an inversion, but not really. When you look at the score, do you think that, because even in Mozart's time, he said, the inversion of the dominant chord, you can call it, even though Bach did not really use inversions, the concept, Mozart did, and you started to think more that chords can be inverted. Now that's a little bit connected somewhat to function theory. So do you ever think of like, oh, this is this chord, but actually I can flip it around and in the bass, or do you not think of like invert? Do you only think of the bass? You only think of the bass?
No, I think in both of them. Okay. I think also music theory, because I know it. Because also steps theory. So I know it too. So I think in my head is a mix of everything.
Right.
But if I'm improvising, it's not enough time to do this. So I choose every time like going bass. And if I start something in the bass, then I know, okay, I have to be consequent and I have to go to the end, like it's no more this thinking, now it's this and this, or is this like dominant of this, I see it, but I don't think about it because it makes too much time.
Now you said up 4, down 5. That's one of my favorite. Can you mess around on up 4, down 5?
No, I meant up 4, down. Yes, okay. So like this mine. In Germany we called it also like quintfall.
Okay.
And wait a minute, I will find. For example, there is a very famous Bach prelude, but it's not from Bach. It's just like attributed to Bach, but it's might be from his pupil, from Krebs, and this sounds like this. And so on. Like this at the beginning. Then can I take Krieger Menuet? How is it? It's almost the same. I don't see there any difference.
Yeah.
And if
in the minor, it's so nice too. I mean, major is of course nice.
Yeah.
Right.
And then. And so on. And
I'm thinking, Szymon, should we take a break now and maybe play some Baroque improvisation? What do you think?
Yeah, we can do it. But I will say something more
to
this, because I have also another examples.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Also air from Bach, from cantata like BWV 5-1. And he started also with this really very simple sequence. So I wanted to show that there are so many pieces, so many examples where the simplicity is starting of us, where it's really like, okay, so you can use it with all your students and everyone play it first, to have fun with this.
Yeah.
And modern example of it is like Kreise Rachmaninov, Love Sorrow, like. This is also the same.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want some improvisation?
All right. Let's go through the ages. Should we start with the Baroque then?
Okay, but using this sequence.
No. Anything you want. That I just thought that was cool. Yeah. No.
Okay. So maybe I will choose this.
Brilliant. And can I just say, I mean, come on, everyone, please subscribe to Szymon's YouTube channel. I mean, it's criminal. I mean, how many subscribers? I mean, you're so good. I mean, and you're such a great teacher too. And I mean, come on, you have to subscribe to this man's channel. And I'm actually, you know what? I think, Szymon, I was just thinking like, I was watching some of the videos on your channel today. And there was one romantic one that you played. I can't remember which one. It was just from in the romantic style. It was so good. I think the audience freaked out at the end. It was so good. It was unbelievable. I think it was on piano. But anyway, I wanted to say that was fantastic, and of course improvised. Can you give a little some tips on improvising in the Baroque style and how you think you can get more accurate, more historically informed, and just better?
Yeah, in the Baroque time or 18th century also, the main roles is playing for me in rhetoric. Like you have to play in a very good prepared affect or emotion. For example, this effect, what I was playing right now, it was for me like a little bit melancholic. I'll be searching for something, like a little bit love, forgotten love, or something like this. So you have to have story to make it better. But I would try with some how to say fourth parallel, not fourth, third parallel, like. It's like everything like or the 10 or 3 up and down. Or example. Yeah? Everyone know this. It's like a minuet from Petzold.
Yes. In Anna Magdalena.
Yeah, Anna Magdalena. If you partimentize it, so if you make partimento from it, so you can have like this. So it's also like free up and down. So very simple methods. And also if you have this third parallel, like you can ornament it, like figurate it. Yeah.
Very
Or
good.
you can also make some very easy uh, easy example, easy exercise with playing chords. So, for example, like opening from some overture or some preludes, maybe more Handel style. And so on. Like you have some two, three chords, and you try to make figuration about
Who
it.
are your favorite Baroque composers?
Okay, J.S. Bach.
Don't waste time.
But I see also from the other side, Handel. I like very Handel because he's very like a pop star from this time. So I think really it is like pop music of 18th
the
century.
18th century,
and
yeah.
I like him too because he's also a nice beat.
Yeah. Can I ask you, how about this is not as often mentioned, but the 17th century? Is there anybody from the 17th century that you like? Do you ever dip back then? Is Couperin?
Okay.
Is Couperin like? Is he the
Yes,
of the 17th century? Or Corelli?
For me, 17th century is first. If I'm thinking about 17th century, I think about organ music
Okay.
and the whole North organ school.
Okay, like who?
Scheidemann, Weckmann, and then later Buxtehude and Reinken. So whole from North Germany, organist and this typical. Stylus Fantasticus playing like on the organ, so very free very free playing on the organ, also very improvised playing because it was mostly an improvisation.
Incredible.
Or Nikolaus Bruns also, so more this kind of music, like organ music.
Okay, so now is Baroque, I mean, we have sort of a classical period too. I mean, like Galant and late 18th century Mozart, Haydn, early Beethoven. Do you want to talk a little bit about that style?
Yeah, that style is mostly presented on piano. For organ, for example, I didn't study it with Wolfgang Seifen because it's not a lot of literature for organ from this time. But on the piano, actually, I tried a little bit also to make something in this direction. And the first idea for me is like the Alberti bass, to play this way is like.
Oh,
it was very.
Every pianist should be, and honestly, I mean, every classical pianist should be able to do, I mean, maybe not as good as you, but they should be able to do something similar to that. They should at least try. I mean, if you cannot improvise, I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, what's going on? Are we in crazy world?
I have also the same view like you, but I would say also too, not only like fantasizing, but also to play very simple melodies. Like, for example, a lot of people are asking about where is the score. I can play a Happy Birthday, but I need some score because I can.
That's ridiculous, but I mean that's the way we are.
Yeah, so I can help very well here, and I think it's also manageable in very short time. You need 3 chords. You can play Happy Birthday, and you can make this like Alberti bass in the left hand, and it's going really.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So, do you have to be a genius to improvise?
Not at all.
Do you believe it's only for special people, or can anybody try it?
Not at all. But I think for me personally, the most important thing is hearing, is listening.
Mhm.
We have a very different view about music teaching. If we compare music with language, you want to learn some foreign language, maybe French. So you need to, in every book for French, it's just like in every lesson is speaking, reading, writing, and listening. And the most important is for me listening. A lot of musicians, I think, are only reading because they have scores, and okay, I read some piece, but writing will be too. It's going about I mean very very easy pieces, but also a lot of hearing. What I want to make, for example, this chord in G minor major, like you play Alberti. There's nothing. There's only three notes.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So it could be start, and this is like 1 minute.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
1 minute exercise.
I want to let's talk about the Romantic era now. So, but before we do that, how do you prevent like bad counterpoint at the piano? Because I know sometimes if you think in terms, I know this in if you think in terms of chords, sometimes you don't really care about voice leading if you're thinking of chords, just like letters. I know in jazz, sometimes you have letters. Then the voice leading sometimes gets thrown out of the window. But I know in classical music, classical improvisers, the composers, they studied counterpoint very seriously. You wouldn't see a great composer, write bad counterpoint. How do you get better at counterpoint, especially when you improvise? You don't make bad counterpoint.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. So for me, the very helpful was playing organ, because on the organ you have separate manuals, and you play 3 voices on different manual and pedal. So it was really helpful to see, okay, my left hand is doing now this, it's playing tenor voice, and my feet are playing bass. But on the piano, the most important thing for me now is to play soprano and basso, to manage my soprano and basso. What is inside is also important, but not too important.
Okay.
But to make a nice counterpoint and also nice harmony.
So the inner voices, you don't worry too much.
Yeah. So first bass line and soprano, like melody. And also in Romantic time period, it's very interesting because, for me, Chopin was the main hero from this time, or is now. But you have how to say 100 years, or maybe I would say 90 years, because Chopin is early Romantic, and then you have also Mendelssohn and so on, and then Brahms, and after Liszt, and you have also Wagner. So it's like a very big world, Romantic world. And if you want to play in Chopin style, he was also very, impressed by Partimento or Generalbass, because his teacher, Josef Elsner, he teach him. He wrote also Generalbass Schule, like Toro Bass School, very small school. And I saw the manuscript in Warsaw, and it was amazing. He wrote also like chords like in Partimento, but not with signs with numbers, but 4 voices. And then he wrote how do you colorize, how to figurate this part. So
Chopin used figured bass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he had to learn it. And I would give you some examples. He was 70 or 18. He started to write bigger pieces, and his 2 piano concertos, E minor and F minor. E minor begins like this. What's going in bass? It's like descending tetrachord chromatically. No? Then F minor. Same thing. Like the whole harmony, whole idea is based on this tetrachord. And also the same in La si darem la mano, his variations, and also his first piano sonata is like the. So he's going really down the steps. So for me, it was like, if I saw, as I recognized it and saw it, my God, in time of 5 years, he wanted to make something dramatically something, how to say, the affect is really like a drama,
Powerful, yeah.
it's minor key, and he used the same model at the
Yeah.
beginning, same schemata. So for me, it's obviously really like a sign he was thinking in this Partimento, in this
Right.
model or schemas
Right.
way.
Okay, so why don't we do is it to you the same, just a romantic, or should we split up late romantic, early romantic for you for an improvisation?
I make it like a whole
Okay.
one romantic. So I mix a little bit.
Okay. No,
but
why don't you go ahead and just do one romantic fantasy or improvisation?
Okay, I don't know. I will take some theme, maybe. Okay, this. Something like this way.
Woo!
Thanks.
Oh, very good. Can I just say again, please, you have to subscribe to this man's channel. I mean, ridiculous how good he is. So good. And I love
Thank you, Nikhil.
I love talking to people who are talented. So maybe I can learn something. I can get better, you know? I mean, that's what I want. That's the whole point of this show. So I can get better. It's selfish reasons. So
yeah, but I think it is really important. Yeah, it is a good idea to
I'm just kidding.
To have some.
But yeah, you really are the man. So I mean, I have to say that was really excellent. And obviously everybody could recognize the theme, but so many romantic things that you used in there to color it and to make it interesting. I think that was really what makes it exceptional. And I mean, okay, I do have a question for you. So like, what's the difference between like Brahms, Schumann, Chopin? Like what makes them, if you could just very quickly just show what makes them unique if you were to make like a improvisation?
I think you can analyze it and you can say, okay, in Chopin music, I will find this kind of figuration or this kind of harmony. But for me, or by another composer, something different. But for me personally, it's my experience. So pieces I've played or I've heard, they are still in my head.
Right,
And
right.
that's why I am so improvising, because I take something what I very liked in the past,
Yeah.
and I say, wow, this motif is so nice. Now pass it. I am here in the higher register, so maybe I can, or something mediant and so on. And so like a connection from chords that I heard something, or I like, for example, if I thinking about Brahms, no?
Yeah.
This kind of voicing. Like I'm taking an octave and a third. No? It's just different, something different, like Chopin.
Yeah.
Chopin make like this. This is more sentimental.
Yeah.
So there are some very small difference, sometimes big. If you are thinking about Rachmaninoff, it's also like very big structure, like. And so on. So you can make it
awesome.
also another way, you know.
Okay, so maybe we should end off with like maybe 20 modern, like Debussy, Ravel. I mean, is that modern? That's like 100 years ago, but but you know what I'm saying, right? So like what do you think? So let's play something after the Romantic then.
Okay.
Very good.
It's like mixed from impressionistic.
I think the bit of the
to
sound
really...
cut out because of Ecamm, but I think a lot of it, we got most of it now. But no, seriously, incredible. And I have to ask you though, now, are we getting away from the bass now, or do you still think of the bass even when you're doing something like that, or how does your mind think now at this point in more after the romantic, post romantic?
After post romantic, I'm thinking more like in sounds groups or chords.
Okay.
So if I'm thinking about impressionistic, I'm looking for chords with sixth or with seventh, like what we did just, and I try to how to swift it about how to say three more, so like from C, from E flat, F sharp, and A. Like for example this. This sound. So there is no more connection like in romantic, what we are thinking about cadences. It is everything more free.
Right. That's
so it's
brilliant.
Different way.
That's great advice. So okay, I mean, what a great episode. I mean, perfect for 2023. A great start, Szymon. I think you're one of the best people to start this off with. I had a blast, and we could honestly. I didn't feel this really felt like it flew by. I mean, I really mean that. I feel like we could talk more and more about this. Maybe you should come on as a panelist, and maybe we can discuss more things, and that would be awesome. I think really you have a great,
Yeah, it will be great.
insightful mind for these sorts of things. And I mean, really, I think honestly, it's true. I mean, I think every person who wants to call themselves quote unquote a classical musician, I think this is part of the education. I mean, you have to know how the music works. And here's a question of, I guess, a final follow up question. Does this ability to improvise change how you interpret scores? I mean, do you interpret music differently now that you know structure and improvising and patterns? Do you approach repertoire differently?
Yes, absolutely. I think it changed everything, the improvisation, because now is for me music a play. I play the music
Right.
because the improvisation gives me this feeling of have fun with music. Before improvisation, I was working on the piano to play everything what's in the score, and now improvisation makes me also a little bit calm, more calm. If something happened, I can improvise. So I can also interpret the piece a little bit more freely. I know some people said they don't like it, and I can very good understand it. They want really exact what's written and
Ah.
to really, but
Oh,
yeah,
brother.
this is something different. But I can understand it. So
Yeah,
for
I
me,
don't
it's really
understand that.
like a window to the freedom. I can
Yeah,
say it like the improvisation, also to interpret, to see what's going on in the piece. Yeah, you know,
yeah.
and every piece, not only classical but also pop and so on, and rock, and yeah, absolutely everything.
Right, right. No, well, thank you. I mean, that's a great answer, and you're a great musician. And again, I want to just share your
Thank you very
YouTube
much.
page. Shimon, please subscribe to Shimon's YouTube page and check out his website. And do you want to plug anything, Shimon? Do you want to just mention anything like an upcoming concert or things for people to check out? Anything to?
Yeah, so next concerts maybe they are coming in March, so there's some time. But sometimes I will try also make some live stream from people outside of Berlin or some different places. But yes, I'm working now on some improvisation courses for people, because I have
Wonderful.
students in Berlin and in Leipzig. I'm teaching on both universities, so to make also how to say this kind of teaching improvisation a little bit easier,
Yeah.
and also to use those things like Partimento and other methods that make it really simpler.
Where can we buy this course, and where is the course? When is it
I'm
going to be
still
available?
I'm still working on it, so if it's going that you can read everything on my webpage. So
Awesome,
yeah.
wonderful. Well, the great Szymon Jakubowski, I mean, really awesome musician. Awesome. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
And I really
Thank
wish
you
you
to
the
see
best
you.
and all the success in the world. So, Szymon, thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
And I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.